Recorded live from the G.O.T. Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina, this is the All About Nothing podcast. The views expressed on this program are the opinions of the hosts. Listeners are encouraged to follow the show on Twitter at AAN_pod or at theallaboutnothing.com. You can email the show at theallaboutnothing.com. You may also call and leave the show a message at 803-672-0533. Thank you for listening.
All right, welcome to another episode of the All About Nothing podcast. We got Zach King gone.
He's not here, man.
He's not. He's here. He's not here.
Yeah. He's still here in spirit, though. Since it's Halloween.
He does.
Here in spirit.
He lives on.
Yeah.
Zach's not here this week. He's got some moving going on. He's doing so. He's preparing for his big move. He was forced to become an adult.
As we all have to
during the time of COVID. Yeah. It's it happens.
It's one of them things, man.
It is.
You just gotta man up and grow up, man.
That's right.
Do the duties that you gotta do.
That's
I know
right.
duty is a funny word, but
it is a funny word.
It's duties. Daddy duties, big kid duties, grown up duties.
If you're watching us on the YouTubes, Trent is wearing a mask.
Yeah, man. It's Halloween.
It is Halloween. And it makes it difficult. So not only is it Halloween and he's wearing a mask,
I'm fucking Barrett up.
I can't see his eyes.
He don't know what to do right now, everybody. He's like, oh my gosh, should I keep talking to him?
Yeah, I cannot see your eyes, and it's messing me up a little bit.
I'm sorry, but I'm here for you. I'm only going to get you this, one day out of the year.
Yeah, well, fair enough. So since our last episode, and I can only figure that we must be getting some sort of visibility because I began receiving emails telling me that I needed to reset my password for Facebook, and not like just one.
Yeah, it
was countless. I was getting one after another, after another. And a quick check on the address that was sending these emails indicated that it was just a phishing scam. Mm-hmm. So somebody was out there trying to get me to reveal my Facebook password.
They wanted you to get hacked.
Look, public service announcement. Make sure that if you receive anything like that, if it looks real and you didn't initiate it, please don't click on any of those emails. Don't give them their passwords. Just delete the email. There's nothing to click on. You don't need to do anything. Just it's an attempt to hack your account, because if you do it, then you're sending out all those messages to all your friends saying, "Hey, don't respond to that. That's not me."
And I got countless people in my DMs, like graphic designers, saying, "Hey, you need any artwork for this?"
Oh yeah.
Any artwork for that? And I'm like, look.
Oh yeah.
I know as soon as I send you this Cash App, I will never get this piece of art that you got. I know you stole every single last one of these pieces on here because I've seen half of them before.
Can you just claim that they're NFTs? Are you going to have a hard time breathing?
Oh, no, I'm good. I got holes. You don't see the holes?
I don't see the holes.
Hey, man, we're good.
That's okay.
If you want me to take it off, Barrett, I can take it off.
No, it's not that I need you to
take it off. No
homo
on that.
Yeah. I wrote this down, and I don't know where I'm going with this. I want to follow up on something loosely tied to the infrastructure bill and Joe Manchin. So Senator Manchin, of course, Joe Manchin from West Virginia. Manchin is a Democrat from West Virginia.
Yep.
West Virginia is a very Republican-red state. We're talking like a state that went nearly 70% to Trump back in 2020. I say back in 2020, last election.
Okay.
And nearly the same margin for Trump versus Clinton in 2016. So let's say when it comes to being a Republican, the state bleeds red. So I understand what Manchin is trying to do with his position as a Democrat from West Virginia.
Okay.
He's trying to play this very moderate, middle of the road. He doesn't want anyone to accuse him of being too liberal, because then he's not likely to get reelected.
Yes.
But I often wonder what people from West Virginia are thinking when it comes to West Virginia.
Well, I can tell you one thing what they talk about in West Virginia. They talk about how nice their roads are in their interstates.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they nice?
Going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So you got to go through West Virginia, of course. North Carolina. And I feel like as a tax-paying citizen that South Carolina should lower their taxes until our roads are the exact same.
Okay.
Because it is ridiculous. As soon as you get out of South Carolina, perfect roads, no speed bumps here, no random stuff.
Yeah, well, you and I live in Lexington County.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we suffer from in Lexington County is the fact that they don't do anything with the roads.
No. And if they do something, it's like a guy to pour out like a couple gallons of asphalt in this little crack, and they're like, "Hey,
right,
that's it."
They smooth it out a little bit, but it doesn't take but a couple rainstorms before
Exactly.
that's all out. So the weird thing about West Virginia is that West Virginia, when you think of West Virginia, you usually think of redneck. You think of country, backwoods. You're probably picturing Tim marrying his cousin Timmy.
And shout out to West Virginia, because I know a couple people in West Virginia, so let's not do that. And actually, the girl that does our intro, Becca, is from West Virginia.
Yeah, but that's I'm not saying everybody, but when you think of West Virginia, you generally think it's probably red. It's probably a red state. It's probably pretty conservative. So I got into a conversation with somebody recently about the fact that West Virginia is like that. They reminded me that West Virginia seceded from Virginia during or before the Civil War began, or and I wanted to do a dive into the history on that. And what I found wasn't that they seceded from Virginia because of slavery.
Yeah,
West Virginia has nothing to. There are no plantations. There were no plantations in West Virginia.
Okay.
It mostly came down to they didn't want the Union soldiers to take over their homes and things like that. It had less to do with the fact that they were being progressive and not wanting to participate in the whole slavery thing or anything like that. It had more to do with the fact that it was inconvenient for them to be Southern.
Well, also with West Virginia, I would feel bad. I mean, I feel bad for the slaves already. Yeah. But the hills in West Virginia, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
They're like mountains on mountains on mountains. So if they had to do manual labor, oh my God.
And that's the other thing is West Virginia is mostly coal country.
Yep.
Because of how we now mine for coal, it's becoming more and more evident that coal. Oh, we'll talk about the bottles. If you're watching on YouTube,
it's a celebration.
Yeah, celebration.
It's a celebration.
West Virginia is a coal state, and that is Joe Manchin's main prerogative, is that he wants to make sure that all the coal miners continue to have their jobs. But it's weird the way they mine coal now. They don't go and dig into mountains and then dig down. They just level mountains off. So West Virginia is becoming one of the flatter states. I mean, there's a lot of mountains to go, but
I'm about to say I've seen plenty. But I feel you.
They're tearing those mountains down.
I guess it's by the interstate, so they don't care about this.
Maybe, but one of the coal has got a real dirty history to it when it comes to mining, because you have when it rains, you have the runoff, all the coal dust and whatnot goes into the creeks and rivers, and it's killing fish and animals and whatnot. So, but yeah, it's just weird. Joe Manchin is playing this game that if he were just to participate with the Democrats in this particular infrastructure bill, West Virginia would benefit from it greatly. It would open up thousands of jobs that the federal government's going to back in order to build new bridges and roads and infrastructure for internet and things like that. So it would benefit them. And this is just me reaching out to Joe Manchin, who's not listening.
He might be,
It's potential.
He might be one of those subscribers. Hit that little red ding ding on the side,
There you go.
That little red ding ding if you're not a subscriber and you're listening.
I got one of those. That's what I got. If Joe Manchin is listening, great. Do the right thing. So you were elected by the people of West Virginia, and regardless of the fact that they think, or that you think that they want you to be to push back on the Democrats, do the right thing. This infrastructure bill is gonna bring a lot of benefit to West Virginia as well as a lot of other states, and just jump on that.
Do you think, as far as with the bill, do you think it's something in there that's making them back off?
I think.
Do you think it's like a certain thing that's making him back off of that?
He has issues with the amount of money that's being spent on the infrastructure bill, as well as the reconciliation bill. He's got a big thing about he does not want to spend too much money. And every time I hear that, I keep thinking to myself, we spent $20 trillion over the course of the last 20 years on a never-ending war. Yeah. So it just, to me, it just doesn't make sense to say, okay,
this is where I draw the line.
Yeah, we're drawing the line at this. Yeah. Like the war didn't do anything for the 20-year war didn't do anything for us except, the death of Americans.
But we know how they get their money. A lot of these politicians have contracted out businesses, government businesses that contract out through them, and they get certain jobs. So all that plays a part whenever you're a politician. So it's like
you're right.
It's a revolving door. Like
you're right.
Once you crack down that door, then you're gonna have to open up 10 more.
Yeah, it's his issue is with that. He also has an issue with a lot of the social services that this the reconciliation bill will provide for people, because again, why take taxes and have a federal government if you're not going to use those taxes and federal government to support the people of the country? It to me, it seems like it's more of a self-service thing for him to make sure that he can get reelected again by the people that it's one of those things where if you come into the state that you represent and you say, look, this is what they have on the table, this is what they want to use it for, this is how it will benefit us. Don't come out of those, go to a town hall and don't tell your people that, I'm out there trying to make sure they don't spend too much of your money. They're not spending your money.
They're already spending it.
Yeah. It's going to get, if it doesn't get spent here, it's going to get spent somewhere else.
Facts.
So it's just frustrating, and I don't know that I even have any comments on Kristen Sinema, because she is I don't understand what her existence is. I don't understand.
That's a lot of people in the world, but we ain't got to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, is this a new segment?
You know what's funny is my thumb hit it. Normally,
is that the same thumb you had surgery on?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have control over it no more. The government has that.
That's right.
The government's got control.
That was that.
And our soundboard.
I was not prepared for it to.
Because you didn't do it, man. They made you do that.
Yeah.
They tried to segue us out of that conversation we was in. They was like, hey, man, speed that shit up.
Yeah,
man.
it worked. It worked. And this actually plays out perfectly too.
Yeah.
You heard? Did you hear we had another earthquake here in South Carolina?
Earthquake?
Yeah.
When was that? During the storm? When it was raining?
No. This was an earthquake just this morning. So, yeah, we've had numerous earthquakes actually recently.
Maybe that's the reason why my fucking tire blew out on me this morning.
Oh, your tire blew out.
So I was going across the dam this morning.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I got halfway, and then pow.
Oh.
Tire blew out.
That's always scary.
So I was halfway up the hill, but I was going fast enough that my car still was able to get up the hill. So I pulled over there by the right side. I was on the right side instead of being on the left side. And changed my tire like 30 minutes and still was able to pick up my son.
Okay.
So I went to church,
Yeah.
Still did that.
Yeah.
It was crazy though. It could have been the earthquake that messed my tire up.
Or the government.
What time was it?
Government. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't. I didn't keep those notes.
Okay.
So it wasn't terribly strong. It was actually over near Jenkinsville. You know where Lake Monticello is.
Okay.
So this morning, Lake Monticello experienced one today. It was pretty shallow. It was about a kilometer and a half deep. So pretty shallow. Magnitude was 2.3. But there have been several other earthquakes in that area. On October 28th, only about a mile east of where the one for today was, it was a 2.1 near Jenkinsville. And Jenkinsville, if you know, Jenkinsville is where we have our. I'm gonna stop this.
So does the meteorologist have like little earthquake sensors everywhere?
So,
how does that work?
The U.S. Geologic Service survey has meters all over the place, but if an earthquake happens here, even if there's not a meter, they pick up those things all
because it's waves.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
But yeah, so October 28th, there was one about a mile east of the one today in Jenkinsville or near Jenkinsville. Same day, October 28th,
which is pretty close to Chapin.
Yeah. Well, it's not far. That's true. Just north of that one, just north of the one on that I just mentioned on October 28th, it was about 1.7 kilometers deep. I'm sorry, it was a 1.7 magnitude. Same day, earlier than that, on October 28th, just west of the last one, the one today, was a 1.8 magnitude. October 26th, also near Lake Monticello in Jenkinsville, about a 1.8 magnitude. October 25th, on the eastern bank of Lake Monticello, a 2.2 magnitude earthquake. There was a 3.3 down in Somerville back in September. All of these are in the last 30 days, 35 days.
What do you think? Something coming out of the ground?
Well, I don't know what to think. That's why I brought it up.
It could be something coming out of that ground, man. Them little ships that's going sideways. They could be coming up, man. They could be coming up.
It is near a nuclear power plant.
It's about that time, Andy. Look, they was just talking about it on I think it was what was it? the Space Channel or something like that they got now, and it was like a conspiracy type thing. But basically, they were saying all these billionaires going up to space.
Okay.
They're the first ones really going up there without government.
Oversight.
Yeah. So now they can go up there and meet with the aliens and do what they want.
So the billionaires will be the ones.
Of course.
It
wouldn't be no other way around it.
I can see that. I mean, I'm not going to believe it, but
Why you think Jeff and Elon went up? Jeff is jealous because he's like, damn, Elon met him before I did.
Hey, you could be. That very well could be.
They don't tape everything that happens on that thing, man. And sometimes just
I agree.
People vanish off where that camera isn't.
I agree.
What time it is. They can meet with some aliens, man.
My concern about the earthquakes at a nuclear power plant like that is if you're ever in Chapin or you're around.
Well, you didn't tell me it's a nuclear power plant.
Yeah, no, Jenkinsville. That's VC Summers. That is
right.
Yeah, VC Summers.
Yeah,
is
it's always been wrong over there.
But having earthquakes,
that's the reason why they closed down.
Well, it's still open.
They open back up.
Well, they produce. Yeah, they have 2 nuclear reactors over there that produce electricity. That's where we camp. That's where we go camping a lot of times.
Is it smart to go camping right beside a power plant that's nuclear?
I'm going to tell you, the water is warm year round.
Barrett, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good at all.
It's not terrible. It's not.
Barrett, man, have you seen the Flintstones? Whenever the fish had like arms or something? No, it wasn't Flintstones. It was like The Simpsons. Yeah, it was like the Simpsons movie. I think it was about the power plant leaking into the river, and it like changed some things. Somebody's got to quote me on it. I'm sorry. Zach's not here to back me up.
Fair enough.
If Zach was here, he would have knew what I'm talking. I know he's like, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. So it's fine to camp at. You just kayak out to an island. You stay on the island. The water actually rises and lowers as the water. So because Lake Monticello was built in order to use the water as a cooling, or use the reservoir to allow the water to cool before it goes back into the Broad River. So what happens is the nuclear power plant, if they're using the nuclear power plant to create electricity, they draw water in from the Broad River into the power plant to allow for it to create steam and to cool the nuclear power rods. Mm-hmm. When they're done, they flush that water into Lake Monticello. Monticello then, the way that they have it set up, so it pushes the water out, so the water moves up the lake, cools, comes back down, and then there's a hydroelectric dam that water then flows through. So they're creating electricity twice with this water. It's actually a pretty good system. The water, though, as it is, it'll raise and lower about 5, 6, 7 feet in the course of going up and down, whatever. In the course of a day, you'll see it maybe once or twice go all the way up, come all the way down, go all the way up.
Yeah, because that's I always wondered why on the news they would tell us the water levels of Lake Murray, but I never understood that.
Well, Lake Murray doesn't do that. Lake Murray is that's just water flowing out, water flowing in from the Saluda River and other tributaries and whatnot. But yeah, so Monticello is really cool. They got really good catfishing. They got a lot of largemouth bass and striped bass and whatnot. So it's a really good lake for fishing, and it's really nice for camping because there's not a lot of people out there. It is. So
you're not worried about eating like
no, the fish are already cooked. You pull in fish.
No, man, no. That's what I'm talking about, Barrett, man. You can't just be going over there eating beside the power plant. Like,
look, I'm not worried about it. I can't catch a fish to save my life. It just doesn't happen. Fish and me don't.
Is it because you don't have patience?
I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a survival skill that I've ever had to develop.
People say the fishing is all about patience. That's what they tell me. But.
Yeah, I hear that, and you're right. But you know what's crazy is I can go out there and kayak, and I can just continue to throw the line in, throw the line out.
That's why old men love to go fishing because they're like, hey, I ain't got nothing to do today.
It is relaxing. I fully admit, I recognize it's nice to do. But if I don't catch a fish, then I don't catch a fish.
You get mad. Do you get mad?
I don't even care.
Oh, okay.
It's not. I didn't.
I know some people that like they go fishing and they're like, man, if I don't catch none, I'm mad at myself.
I do know some of those people.
Yeah, I'm like, go enjoy the time.
Yeah, Yeah, I do know some of those people.
Waste some money on some worms here and there. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna spend that money regardless.
Probably. Now you're feeding fish.
See what I mean? Now you're being a good place.
Regardless. So there's been a lot of earthquakes in Lake Monticello.
Yeah,
See,
of course.
Circled her all the way
around. Always around.
But yeah, it's just interesting. South Carolina doesn't necessarily have a very active fault, but the strongest earthquake to ever hit the east coast of the United States happened in Charleston back in 1906, I think.
But aren't we on the equator?
No, equator's well south of us. It's down. The equator goes across South America.
Okay. Okay.
Are you thinking about fault line?
Yes, that's what I was thinking about.
So if you're looking at that map behind you, Trent has looked around.
I'm looking at the map.
The equator actually goes down there near South America.
Okay.
Yeah, and it clear cuts Africa in half. It goes, yeah. There's a lot more water south of the equator than there is north of the equator. Oh, you don't even have Antarctica on that map. When was that map made? A while ago. Before Antarctica was discovered.
You see how old it looks, right?
It does look old.
Yeah.
Oh, there's still ice up there on the northern hemisphere.
You know, all that's
it's gone.
Global warming. What was old boy Al Gore was trying to warn us?
He did try to warn us. We messed that up,
bro. They shot Al Gore down after he came out with that.
Of course, because they.
But
just
did he
saw
win a
him as
Nobel
liberal
Peace
hack.
Prize over that?
Yeah, he did. I think he got a. I don't know that he got a Nobel Prize, but he's definitely made a lot of money off those two movies,
yeah.
Inconvenient Truth, and here's the thing. So you make Inconvenient Truth. It tells us, it warns us of all the global catastrophes that are coming, and then a few years later, he come out with part 2. So when the first one came out, is it just because we managed to go a little further, and it was like, oh shit, I better come out with a second one?
well, then everything
here's
he done threw it out. He's like, damn, we just gotta just throw something out.
There is no way a movie theater is going to make you sit through 4 hours of an Inconvenient Truth. So you're going to want a part 2 to split the two up.
Yeah, I mean,
it was Avengers.
They had to cut it up.
Yeah, it was Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame. It was the
you would have been mad if you would have put all of them together in one movie.
The second one's the Endgame. That's
like
right.
if Iron Man would have died in the first part,
right?
Everybody would have been like, okay, what? The
fuck?
Yeah, what we watching?
Yeah, yeah. Well, Zach and I talked about the last episode. We did talk about Superman, the new Superman.
Yeah, y'all went crazy again. I keep telling y'all go down on this rabbit hole, and sometimes I'll be like, God damn, they know too much.
I was informed that our last episode may have been a little boring.
I'm not gonna say boring.
Well, no, of course
I'm not. I'm never gonna say boring. But what I'm gonna say, y'all go into depth, like things that people will not know normally.
I have to admit, Zach knows more about some comic book stuff than
it's almost scary, right?
Than I will ever probably want to know. But kudos to Zach, because if he didn't know it and didn't tell us,
I wouldn't find out anything every Sunday.
I would have.
I come here ready to learn every Sunday.
I would have experienced a life of not knowing about the history of some comic books, and we'll get Zach back here in a few weeks.
He'll explain himself.
We'll have a couple movie releases before we see Zach again. I think.
I know.
Some
big ones, right?
Eternals is coming out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll see Zach before the new Spider-Man. But who was it that didn't? Who's not excited about Spider-Man? I think.
Was it?
I think it was. Neek. I think it was Zach. I think Neek is excited about.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah. Neek likes Spider-Man. Yeah.
Zach is not excited about Spider-Man.
I mean,
I don't. No, tell me.
I mean, I think he's a Batman person, right?
He is a Batman person.
So he's more into realistic.
Yeah.
Realistic, he doesn't think a spider can bite you. And
yeah.
He's like, show me the facts on a spider.
Yeah. What is made?
What kind of spider was it?
What is that spider made up of? I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I like the fantasy of the Marvel universe.
Of course. You always can dream. I wanted to fly when I was a kid.
I keep staring at the mouth because I keep staring at the mouth of
it's
his
not
mask.
moving?
Well, no, not that. Is it cloth? Is it? No, it's rubber.
Yeah, it's rubber.
Okay.
All rubber. I could kind of talk through it, but it's a little hole here.
Just keep looking at it. Was this what you were wearing Wednesday night?
Yeah, this is what I had to wear. I didn't do the glasses though.
I want to remind everybody.
The glasses is way different. It changes it up. I should have did the glasses on Wednesday.
I imagine so. I want to remind everybody. Trent, of course, aka DJ Alonzo. He is the house DJ Wednesday nights at the Aristocrat in Columbia, South Carolina, from 7 till 10. Correct?
Yeah.
You'll be there this Wednesday?
No.
I was wrong.
It's okay. Not every Wednesday. It won't be every Wednesday, but it'll be some days whenever, we get everything figured out.
Okay. Well, when's the next Wednesday you'll be out there? Yet to be determined.
It depends because they want me to do like a comedy night on Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah. So they got some comedians that want to come out there.
Okay.
It'd be like some amateur night type thing on Wednesday nights there. So
sure.
You might be hearing about that soon.
That'd be
Once
cool.
you see the flyer, I'll post it.
Well, if they continue to do that and it looks like you're getting some bigger names, then I'm sure to throw my hat in there.
Oh man, you going in there?
I mean, I used to do stand. I did some stand. I dabbled in it here and there.
Okay.
I'd have to write some new jokes and whatnot, but
do you feel like anybody can be like, man, tell me the joke, man?
I don't think so. I don't think that anybody can do comedy, and it's not because people. So comedy for a lot of people is, it's the lead up and then the punchline.
Yep.
And that isn't what you typically go to a club to see. You don't go to see that type of comedy.
That's what Dave Chappelle is all about.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle, what he does is Dave Chappelle gives you a story.
Yep.
And then he goes through that entire story, and then he'll start another story.
Yep.
And then he'll start another story. And then all of a sudden, the
You're
joke
right back
is
around.
he comes all the way back to the very beginning, the first one he told you. It's so smart.
It's smart.
And
it's like reading a really good book.
Yes.
You're like, damn, I didn't know what the hell this book was talking about, but now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you know how some movies be like, hey, I wonder how this is me.
Yeah.
You're probably wondering how I got here. Yeah. And then it just goes right back to the first beginning of whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
That's what Dave Chappelle does.
Yeah, and it's
perfect.
It is such an intelligent comedy. And I enjoy other comedy. I'm not a huge slapstick comedy fan. I'm not, people falling down or getting knocked over. I'm not a huge fan of, but I'll take it.
So you wasn't a fan of Carrot Top?
Carrot Top is not funny to me. Me neither. He's especially.
You might be hearing this, but he's pretty jacked right now, so I don't know if we should be talking junk.
I'm not worried.
Okay.
I mean,
you might see him before I do.
You think we run around in the same groups?
Yeah, but I'd probably hang around the same group.
I'd prefer to think that I don't. If I did,
okay. Dane Cook, how do you feel?
Dane Cook's funny. Dane Cook tells stories.
Okay.
Dane Cook tells stories that are over exaggerated and give you a.
Now, it was a lot of people that didn't like Dane Cook because of the way he told stories. They say he was too animated. Did you feel that way?
He is awfully animated, but I think
Kevin Hart is animated.
Yeah,
that's what makes him funny.
I agreed. I think that those two ways, those two individuals tell jokes or tell stories the same way. I think they're just really good at telling stories. And Dane Cook and Kevin Hart being overly exaggerated about how they tell the stories.
Yeah.
I think it allows
that's their
for it to
wow
be
factor.
Yeah. I think both of them are fantastic.
Yeah, same.
I have not seen anything out of Dane Cook lately.
No, I haven't seen. That's
Kevin Hart is exploding.
Yes.
I mean, he is
megastar.
Yeah.
It'll be nothing like it other than still the great of all greats, and we already know who that is.
Richard Pryor?
No disrespect to Richard Pryor, but Eddie Murphy is way bigger.
Eddie Murphy is big. Eddie Murphy is what Jay-Z is to the rap. I can see that.
You know what I mean? Like
I can see that.
That's how the comedians look at Eddie Murphy. Like any comedian that gets on the interview and talks about Eddie Murphy, it's always like I'm always thankful for everything Eddie did for me, even if they never even met Eddie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some big comedians still have never met Eddie, but they big him up like he's their like dad or something. You know what I mean? And that's just respect.
You saw Coming to America.
Yeah, two. I seen two.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta know that everything isn't gonna be.
It doesn't have to.
I mean, but it might age well.
Yeah, I think you could go back and watch Coming to America now.
Yeah,
the first one, and it's
still funny. You're finding new stuff to laugh at.
Oh my gosh, no, Arsenio Hall in that movie.
Oh my god,
fantastic.
Yeah.
All the characters that between Eddie and
McDowell, the stuff he was saying, it's like you go back and like, damn, he was really funny.
But see, that's why I also like what was the one Eddie Murphy did with Dan Aykroyd? It was Trading Places. Trading Places.
Yes,
that was
classic.
Fantastic.
That's a classic. That's a classic.
Oh. What Dan Aykroyd, Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbuster movie comes out this month. No, next month. Have you seen the previews for that?
Hold on, is this the women one?
No. That one was back in 2016. This is.
Damn, it's been that long since the women one came out.
Yeah.
They really hated the women one that they had to go back to the men, huh?
And I don't even know why. No, honestly, I think that's like that's like the same thing with like Marvel and
Yeah.
DC.
Oh,
that
they
just
was
happens
just
to be another Ghostbuster verse. That's just part of the
like another
Ghostbuster
Spider-Man.
verse.
You know how they do Spider-Man
Right.
and like make them over and over and over
Right.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and now because okay, so we skipped a part, but the fact that Marvel is doing a a live action Spider-Verse movie with other Spider-Men coming into it, it's the same as what they're going to be doing, what DC's doing with the new Flash movie. He's going to be bringing the actions that he will perform in that movie the result will be an opening up of the DC universe, entertainment verse, whatever. So it's, it's really, really interesting. But yeah, the new Ghostbusters movie is coming out at the end of November before Thanksgiving, I think. And it basically starts like now after the events of the second movie.
Okay.
But Egon has passed away.
Okay.
He's gone, but you still have the other three.
Yeah.
You had Ray, Winston, and Peter.
So basically, Bill Murray, basically.
Yeah, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and the guy that played Winston, Ernie Hudson.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't know that they're in the movie. I think Dan Aykroyd is.
You don't think they'll be in the movie?
I'd like to think they would be. I don't know.
I mean, I guess, man, if they didn't do it for How High, you know what I mean? They messed that up.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, real quick before we go to break, what do you think of the mustache?
Is it kind of like growing in, or is it like 5 o'clock mustache? What we trying to do there?
I just trimmed around it.
Oh, you just trimmed it?
Yeah, I just trimmed around it.
It's a little uneven at the top.
Is it?
Like compared to the rest of the face. I feel like you made it more thicker or left it thicker.
Yeah, I did. So I shaved the beard mostly and just kind of left the mustache untouched.
Well, what do you think of the beard?
I am going to suggest.
You like the widow's peak?
Yeah. What I'm going to suggest is I have a friend who owns a pair of shears and has some, you know what? No, just scissors. We're just gonna.
You don't like the widow's peak?
I would not wear that to Walmart after Halloween. Just as a suggestion.
Well, I got it from Dollar General. For $1. What's the last time you got something?
Is it really? You got it for $1?
I got this mask for $1. When's the last time you got something from Dollar General for $1?
That I am amazed by.
Man, you got a bargain shop, man. I learned it from my mama.
I can't stop looking at it. I have to admit, I cannot stop looking at it. We'll talk about baseball when we come back.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because the Braves have...
Yeah, and I need a break from this mask.
Yeah, I understand. Braves have one game to go, and we'll discuss that here in just a minute. But we'll be back. This is episode 90, the All About Nothing podcast. We will be right back.
All right, Nothingers, I want to cue you in about a friend of the pod, Blank Canvas Brand. If you own a business or restaurant and the time has come to build that unique brand, you have got to get a hold of Blank Canvas Brand. Blank Canvas Brand specializes in brand identity, including logos, business cards, flyers, and anything else to promote your business. And now, Blank Canvas Brand offers printing services to help with your clothing needs, including sports teams. I can tell you from our own experience, Blank Canvas Brand is responsible for our logo, as well as the Bowl of Duty bowling team logo, and we couldn't be happier with what's been produced. For more information, you can search Facebook for Blank Canvas, or you can email Blank Canvas at theallaboutnothing.com. That's BLNKCANVS at theallaboutnothing.com. You can find links in the Friends of the Pod section of our website. Visit theallaboutnothing.com.
Hey everyone, I want to take a quick moment to mention one of our new sponsors, thepaintedmoment.com. That's thepaintedmoment.com. Check this out. Have you ever taken a photo with your phone or digital camera that would look amazing as a watercolor canvas painting? Well, now there's a website ready to take your photo and turn it into digital painted moments. This is how it works. Visit thepaintedmoment.com, follow the instructions, and your digital photo will be enhanced and returned to you with links on where you can have an image printed to canvas or whatever else you'd like to do with it. We've already got a couple of these enhanced photos hanging around the house, and trust me, you'll love what comes out. Thepaintedmoment.com. Create a painted moment in time from your digital photos. Thepaintedmoment.com. Seriously, check them out today. Thepaintedmoment.com. What is a vaccine? What is a virus? What is a mask? What's a Sasquatch? These are all valid questions, and to answer them in one breath, prevention, potentially deadly, potentially life-saving, and don't be stupid. Look, the coronavirus from 2019 has caused a global pandemic that continues to ravage our planet, leaving victims and survivors. But you can do your part.
In the United States, as well as most countries around the world, the COVID-19 vaccine is available at little to no cost. Regardless of your politics, this virus has the potential to cause irreparable harm to you and vulnerable family members and friends. We have an opportunity through the efforts of medical science to balance the scales against this disease and its variants. And look, I don't understand how the vaccine works, even though I've heard it described countless times by countless experts. And even though none of that makes any sense to me, I do recognize that the money and effort spent on the vaccine has not been wasted. And it's not a global positioning transmitter being embedded in your arm. You're holding that in your hand, listening to this. So get the vaccine. Protect yourself. Protect your loved ones. Hell, protect the guy standing behind you waiting on his taco supreme and nacho fries. Let that be the reason his organs shut down. For more information, visit covid19.nih.gov for actual science information. We have to thank our sponsor, G.O.T Sound Studio, and its owner and operator, Dominique Stewart, better known as Neek the Geek. G.O.T Sound Studios offers a variety of recording experiences from music, voice, and instrumental recordings and production, as well as podcasts. G.O.T Sound Studio is located in Columbia, South Carolina, and operated by the most talented producer and engineer in the business. G.O.T Sound Studio is a Black-owned business. Bring your recording business needs here. You can find details on their Facebook page or by calling 803-243-2302 or emailing gotsounds@theallaboutnothing.com. That's gotsounds@theallaboutnothing.com. You can find links in the Friends of the Pod section of our website. Visit theallaboutnothing.com. All right, welcome back to the show.
It's a celebration, baby.
Trent Clark, Barrett Gruber, the All About Nothing podcast. Celebration. This is the 90th episode.
90th
We are getting really close to 100. We will not hit 100 until season 5, which of course starts after the new year. But we're getting really close.
Ain't that crazy?
Did you get that open?
Yeah, it's open real quick.
May I? Yeah, of course. We did get some champagne. There
a couple bottles.
Did there just happen to be champagne here?
Yeah. It's always champagne at the studio. G.O.T Sound.
Oh, you were just gonna hand me the bottle?
Yeah, I was about to let you drink. That
was the one piece of pie, and then the guy takes the pie.
Yeah, that's it.
That's good. That's good. Didn't want to drink too much during the show, but you and I both stuck to water up until now.
Yeah, I'm finishing mine off right now. I couldn't drink water during it would have threw off my mask.
I'm gonna let you drink. So I do want to talk about baseball. And we'll talk about specifically the Braves here in a second because I'm extremely excited. And it's a shame Zach's not here because Zach being a mega Braves fan as well.
I wish I had that little clip of when I said what I said about the Braves.
You did. You said that back in June?
June, yeah.
June, something like that.
Somebody pull it up, man. Clip it.
It was
if they win it all. This tonight, right? This the last game?
Well, tonight is tonight's game 5. So it could potentially be the last game if the Braves pull off a victory.
On Halloween.
It also it'll wrap the season up prior to November, which has not happened in a couple of years because with the World Series usually being this late in October, unless a team just sweeps through, your season goes until November, which it didn't always before. I mean, they called Reggie Jackson was Mr. October because he was so good in October, but the seasons didn't go that long. In fact, before we get into the Brave stuff, and this is and Trent didn't know I was going to do this, but it sucks. It sucks being an empath. It sucks being able to feel other people or seeing other people have emotions or feeling other people's emotions and then it affecting you. Before the top of the 6th inning last night, players, coaches, umpires, television and radio workers, fans, they all stood up and they held signs for those who have lost someone to cancer. It broke me.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, Houston's already leading going into the into the top of the 6th, and but to see if you go back, and I'm sure it's on YouTube, but if you go back and watch from last night's game, Game 4, Braves Astros World Series, top of the 6th. There are so many people standing with signs, and it just sucks to see all of these people out there holding signs for the people that they've lost.
Yeah.
Over the course as a result of cancer, and I think this is one of those things that is just so I lose the word, but it's one of those things that just
detrimental. I would say maybe
it's
the idea that we all know someone who's been we've all been affected by the fact that someone we know has had cancer.
Yeah.
Or
somebody I know right now has cancer. My Lamar, remember the guy that I called? His not Lamar himself, thank God, but his partner.
Yeah.
He has leukemia. He just found out.
Goodness.
Went to the doctor randomly, and said his stomach was hurting him. He didn't feel like eating.
Yeah.
And just came to find out they had to rush him to what is it, MUSC?
MUSC, yeah.
Had to rush him there and immediately start chemo.
Devastating.
6 weeks automatically, just boom,
Nice.
right then and there. So, and then his dad, Lamar, well, not him, but Lamar's dad, he died from what is it? No. Is it Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's.
So they did a walk at the, if I'm not mistaken, they did a walk at the Firefly Stadium.
Oh, okay.
So we just did a walk on there Saturday for his dad.
Okay.
And Nikki just lost her granddad.
Wow.
To the same disease. But just like you said, whenever everybody had different flowers. So they had flowers. It was kind of like the little wind flowers. I'm not
sure. Yeah.
So
like a pinwheel.
Yeah. So they had different colors saying I support this, or I'm just here because I actually have the disease, or I'm here because I lost somebody to the disease. And whenever they got to I lost somebody to the disease, it was so many flowers in there. Like everybody had those flowers, and it was like, damn, this many people lost to this disease. It's just like cancer, something that, continue to raise money for, but you're like, golly, when, you know what I'm saying? If we can kill COVID, dang, why can't we kill some of these diseases? It makes you feel exactly like that. You know what I mean? Like,
shame is we can't kill COVID.
It's that too. You know what I mean? So
that was something I read just this morning. The Delta variant of the coronavirus is on the decline, which is great.
Yeah.
But now out of the UK, of course, we're hearing about the Delta Plus. Like, my suggestion is don't waste your money on the Delta Plus because it doesn't come with ESPN Plus. It doesn't come with Hulu. You're just going to want to, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I feel you trying to make light of the situation, but it is crazy, man. It's almost to the point where you like people, like a mouse trap. Right. Or not even a mouse trap, or like you know how they put the mouse in the little home and see what
like
he want to do. The maze. Yeah. It's like, dang, we hit another bumper. Like, dang. Yeah. Like we thought we was getting out, but no. Yeah. It's basically that's all we doing.
So, baseball World Series.
Yes.
You can certainly take credit for the fact that you told us. That.
This is why it's a celebration. Yeah. This is for y'all tonight.
Oh well, thank you. We'll hear a little tip. There you go.
Cheers on that.
Cheers.
Man. Was that a commercial for Andre?
I don't think so, but yeah,
you gave him the pause.
So the Braves are currently only one win away from their first World Series title in 26 years.
That's crazy.
That's not the worst drought that any team has had. Obviously, you had the Cubs. Boston had a terrible drought.
Only that I was 4 when it happened. So
right. The Cubs. Oh, the Braves.
Yeah.
Right.
Braves.
Yeah. 1995. You were born in 91. Yep. So yeah, that makes sense. 1995, Braves beat Cleveland Indians 6 games. It took 6 games to beat the Cleveland Indians. We could potentially see the Braves beat the Astros in 5. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure.
Yeah.
I'm saying that there's the potential.
How did you feel that night? How did you feel as a Braves fan? I need to interview you now.
Sure.
Interview.
Yeah, please.
So as a Braves fan, when you seen that guy get taken out the game because he had no hits that whole game for 5
You're talking about Ian
innings.
Anderson. Ian Anderson, Friday night. Okay, so
how did you feel? Was you like, this is the right decision as a coach because you seen the game, or was you like biting your nails like, what the hell are we doing right now?
My confidence level in the bullpen of that the Braves have is that Ian Anderson is good for about 60 to 75 pitches. At the 5th inning, I want to say he was sitting right at the bottom of 60. And honestly, I feel like regardless of the fact that he had a no-hitter going into that, my confidence was that the bullpen would be able to continue that run. And I know it was the 8th inning before Astros even got a hit.
Yeah.
But I think that was the right call to make. Okay. Ian Anderson is fantastic, and he is going to have a long career probably with the Braves.
The only thing, I see what you mean by 65 because at one point in time, he was throwing them into the ground a lot.
So
maybe he was getting tired. Maybe the coach was seeing that.
Yeah,
and
several of the Braves throw that way though.
Okay.
Ian Anderson, Max Fried, even Charlie Morton. I can't think of his name. Oh, he didn't pitch last night. But several of the Braves, they do that. They have a curveball they throw over the top that for some reason sometimes just it doesn't make it to the plate. But guys still swing at it.
Yeah. I like the dude from the Astro with the Rockabye Baby. I'm like, yo, why is he changing it up? Because he was throwing regular before, and then all of a sudden one end he just started doing the Rockabye.
Oh yeah.
To look, and I'm like, yo, what is that?
That's what he does. That's his warm up. That's his stretch. That he does this thing. Where, I call it a dance. We're talking about starts with a G. Guerrero. Anyway.
So technically in baseball, you cannot. I know you can't start your throwing and not finish it.
Right.
But isn't that technically him starting his throwing a little bit if he does this?
As long as just a couple of things to make sure. As long as he doesn't then turn and go to first with it. Like once he's committed to that, he's got to go home.
Oh, okay.
Once he starts
Rockabye Baby,
well, he can
do that.
His Rockabye Baby, he can do that and still go to first to try and pick off a player at first. But once he does it and then he makes that one step that sends him towards home, he's got to commit to it.
Oh, okay.
Ultimately, I don't think we got enough. We didn't really get enough Braves on base in order to take advantage of that, especially like in Ozzy.
Yeah, because I'm like, damn, motherfuckers could have stole some bases on that.
I just don't think we had any opportunities where we were on base enough to take advantage of that.
Okay.
So like I said, 1995 Braves beat the Cleveland. And at some point, I guess next year, they won't be the Cleveland Indians anymore. They'll be the Cleveland Gladiators.
Gladiators.
Yeah. So I'm going to respect that and just start calling them the Cleveland Gladiators. This will be that was the third in franchise history, third World Series title for the Braves. First one was 1914 as the Boston Braves, and then 1957 as the Milwaukee Braves. Tonight could potentially be the fourth in franchise history and the second since moving to Atlanta in 1966. That was a year after the National League football expanded to bring in the Falcons. And it was 20 years after the establishment of the Atlanta Hawks. So the Atlanta Hawks were established in 1946.
Wow.
It would be amazing to see the Braves win at home tonight. That's my hope.
Atlanta go crazy tonight.
Yeah, especially in the year that we lost Hank Aaron. We lost Hank Aaron. We lost Don Sutton. Who he didn't pitch for the Braves, but he was it Don? Was it this year we lost Don Sutton? I can't remember, but just I think this Braves team is
the one.
Yeah, I think they're 3-1.
And for y'all to do it without Acuna still not here.
Oh
right?
man,
which is crazy.
Yeah, but Acuna had a quote that Major League Baseball posted several times, talking about how this is just it just wasn't his time to be there, but he still gets a ring.
Which is crazy.
And he'll be back next year, stronger than ever. Charlie Morton, who broke his leg on the game one, he'll be back next year.
Yeah.
He's got a contract. Yeah, it would absolutely be amazing to see the Braves win tonight. I did see a release, apparently, from the Manfred, the commissioner of baseball. He said that Major League Baseball was perfectly fine with the Atlanta Braves, the chop. They were perfectly fine with them being named the Braves. And the Cherokee Nation has already indicated they are very supportive of the Atlanta Braves because the Atlanta Braves are also supportive financially of the Cherokee Nation.
Okay.
So it's a good thing.
Well, that's good
all around. So yeah, baseball.
Don't have to change the name and you're good.
Don't have to change the name. I don't think they were ever going to change the name.
No, because I think we talked about it before, but it's not.
I have no. If they did change the name, I'd still be a fan. It'd still be the Atlanta baseball team that I know.
Right.
It would be perfectly fine to me.
Yeah.
So that's baseball.
Yeah. I mean, because, it's only two teams, so, we can only go but so deep. But, is there anything else that you've seen at the game that you want to talk about? Like the people sitting in the in the front.
Which people in the
front? It's like the guy. He was always trying to make a joke with his wife that he was trying to catch the ball if it hits the fence, and he thought it was so funny every time he did it. I'm like, yo, you can only do it but so much, man. Your wife isn't even laughing at you no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you saw Donald Trump. You didn't watch the game last night?
Not last night. I watched the one before.
So former President Donald Trump was at the Braves game last night, which is really odd because the Braves, of course, are in Atlanta. Trump lost Atlanta by almost, I want to say it was like 75, 74 points.
But you got them all there now. So he basically like, hey, look what you got with Joe.
There is
it could be me.
There is a video of from the Fox broadcast of the game last night, the Fox Sports broadcast, where Donald Trump is waving to everybody and whatnot. And Melania does this smile where she's smiling at people, and she turns and she's smiling at Trump, and then she turns her head away from him. The look of disgust on her face. Yeah, I get that anywhere else, she's married to anyone else that's like this, she would have left him in a heartbeat. But she can't leave him. She can't leave him because then I don't know if he's broke. I don't know if he's a billionaire. I don't know what his financial.
I mean, even if he is, he doesn't have to pay for anything anywhere he goes.
Yeah, that's probably true. But
and doesn't the president still get a certain amount of money every year?
Yeah, former president. Yeah, when you're a former president, I think you're still making the same salary you were when you were president.
So you know what time it is. He didn't tell y'all, hey, I'm giving my check back.
I haven't seen that ceremony lately.
Yeah, I haven't got my check back yet. Yeah, he needs it again. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen the ceremony where he's signing those outrageously large checks to some charity. This is my salary. I think I only saw him do it twice.
I mean,
he says he did it the whole time, but I only saw it twice.
Hey, they was like, hey, we need to put this on camera. So
yeah, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I only saw it twice. I can't confirm that it happened other times because I didn't see it.
Hey, man, he's the first. Isn't he the first president to do it? Maybe we'll give him that. He's like Soldier Boy, you know. Soldier Boy. I'm the first to do it. You know, he's probably the first to.
Do you think it's a good idea to compare Soldier Boy and Donald Trump?
Yeah, they have a lot of similarities.
Fair enough. Hey, have you seen? I assume you've seen in the news some of these school board meetings where the anti-mask parents are out there.
But then the funniest part is when they be like, "You don't even have a mask on while you're talking up there." I'm like, you have to take the mask off to talk into the mic. So you know that.
Yeah.
You know that.
One of the things that I find really, really so what happens is like the parents are some of them aren't even parents. Some of them are just concerned citizens. They don't even have kids there. Yeah. They're upset that children are having to wear masks at school. And my opinion is,
he's like, if I had kids, I wouldn't want them to wear it, so I'm up here.
My opinion is that basically children, as you know, are little germs. I mean, they are little petri dishes of potential germs.
Yeah, my son doesn't even want to put his mask on. He doesn't want to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I believe it.
And it's not like because he's like, I know my rights. It's because he really doesn't want to put the mask on.
Well, and you know, if they're just sitting in class, look, I'm going to be Tuesday. I'm working the election again out in Lexington, and I don't want to have to wear a mask the whole day, but I will do it because while I don't believe that I have an infection or that I don't believe that I am COVID positive, I don't want anyone to be concerned about the potential that I might spread it to them.
Understand?
We're going to be inside. Yeah. We may see 15 or 20 people. It's going to be a very low turnout election.
Hey, look. It sounds like you got an easy job coming.
Yeah. No, it's just going to be a really long day. I am sure I'm going to call you and be like, hey.
I'm like, what did somebody show up in a shirt today? What kind of shirt they show up today with?
What could they potentially wear?
He's still my president.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know that's coming.
Fair enough.
You know that's coming, man.
I don't
That's all the flags I've seen in Pittsburgh.
Oh, Trump
it's
flag?
Like, don't
really?
blame. It's like the new Trump flag. It's like, don't blame me. I didn't vote for him.
Yeah,
that's what it is in Pittsburgh. It's like
that's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Pittsburgh's a fairly liberal state. I mean,
they got him. They got him.
Of course, of course.
They got him.
You can't. The thing that bothers me the most about these parents, though, at these school board meetings is if you watch some of the videos of them outside of the school board meetings, these parents go to violence very quickly. Like they're screaming at some of these school board members that, we know where you live. And it's like, great. What are you trying to say?
You know exactly what they're trying to say.
I know what they're trying to say, but why would you say that out loud?
Because they think them hearing that will be like, okay, we can change the rule for you.
It's insane. It's utterly insane,
man. They used to get the job done back in the day. Think
about
it. Yeah. Whenever you were black, Motherfuckers used to walk up on you, be like, "Hey, boy, I know where you live. You know what I'm saying? Get from around here." You try to talk junk, they'll show up at your house, burn a fucking cross in front of your yard.
Oh, okay. No,
and go crazy.
Okay,
You know what I
See,
mean?
okay, yeah.
They only can go off of what they've known that's worked.
I see.
You get what I'm saying? They're like, "Hey."
I didn't know that was the direction you were going.
It's the same people.
Yeah.
Same people.
I was slightly
same
concerned.
people, new generation. They're like, "Hey, we got to change the rules. We can't wear these white stuff because people get offended." So we'll just put on Dockers, and khakis and flannels and go to these school board meetings and we'll handle our business like that.
Hold tiki torches.
Yeah,
walk down the
See,
streets.
they can't even do tiki torches no more.
Well, they can.
I mean, but they're not doing it because they're like, "Hey, they're gonna get offended by that." So
It might bother somebody.
Yeah, they might know.
Yeah.
They might know.
I just want to put this out there. In case you're a parent, in case you have this potential that you want to go to one of these school board meetings and to now and basically air your grievances about the idea that your kids are having to wear masks in just understand that the school board is simply operating based on the information that's being provided for them by local health administrations and the CDC, and the CDC and Department of Environmental Control have all acknowledged that the potential of wearing a mask would cut down on the distribution of this virus. And if your children are in school and they're wearing a mask, then the potential is that they won't distribute it to somebody else, but also those kids won't distribute it to yours and then bring it home and get you sick.
Yep.
And if this is something that upsets you, the potential is that you may be one of those people that isn't vaccinated, and you could potentially get really sick if your kid brings it home.
Yep.
I did meet an individual this morning. I was out kayaking, and as I was putting the kayak on, I can't remember his name, but he recently lost his 10-year-old, passed away from COVID.
Wow.
And it's an awful story, and I feel just horrified by it. It was his only kid, his only son, and his son died from COVID.
Wow.
And I feel like anyone could be listening to this and saying, "Oh, that's a very
It's 1 in a million type shit.
that,
Nah.
But it
Damn.
I'm being completely honest. This
Yeah,
individual, he just recently moved to South Carolina. His son passed away back in August from COVID, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And he seems to think that his father-in-law may have been the one that gave it to him because his father-in-law is a COVID denier. So that I don't have the evidence to support either way. I don't have any side of the story except for the one that I heard. But it just feels like, this is something that is a story that seems to play out with a lot of people that have lost. We're over 700,000 deaths from this thing here in the United States alone. So, before we end the podcast, I did want to, because it is Halloween. There are a lot of costumes out there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take the opportunity to acknowledge how virtually any profession now can be a costume. Any profession, as long as you name it slutty.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go through and just throw out some ideas on potentially maybe some costumes that
you made a miss.
Yeah, professions that you didn't think of that could potentially be a costume.
You could have had a costume at your house already, and you didn't even know it. You went out and bought one.
Exactly. So, did want to go through some of the potential ones.
All right, let me hear your list, man. I'm gonna give you maybe 3 or 4, man.
No. I say we just throw out all the ones we have.
Oh, okay. Well then, we got slutty carpenter.
Yeah, absolutely, slutty carpenter. What about slutty podcaster?
What about slutty vegan? Shout out to them.
Ooh. Okay. Slutty barista.
Ooh.
See, the idea behind this basically is any costume, any profession can be a costume as long as you attach slutty to the beginning.
Let's see where we can go with this.
Slutty bus driver.
Slutty plumber.
Oh. You know what, though? I have to be honest with you.
You never seen a plumber outfit.
I feel like plumbers are already kind of slutty with the butt crack and the... All right. Sorry. That was... Sorry. That was from earlier. No. What about slutty engineer?
Ooh.
Slutty nuclear technician.
You really got them. You've been thinking about these.
Some of these can't possibly be.
Slutty athlete. Let's go with that one.
All right. Fair enough. You know what?
Slutty Chucky. I've seen a lot of those. I guess they must have a sale on the Chucky outfits this year. God damn. Everybody wanted to be a slutty Chucky this year.
Yeah.
Let me.
Pharmacist. Slutty pharmacist.
Slutty pharmacist. Okay. Slutty doctor.
Yeah, fair enough.
I didn't see one of those.
I have not, but there's always.
It's the nurse.
It's
always the nurse.
Yeah.
We'll just let that stay. That's like a joke in himself.
Especially with COVID, you want to acknowledge all of
Yeah.
healthcare
Shout out
professionals.
to the first responders.
Yeah. Slut,
Keep slutting it away.
slutty fireman.
Oh,
I feel like that's a.
okay.
I feel like that's
Slutty policeman. Okay.
Police officers. Yeah, absolutely. Slutty police officers.
You know what I'm saying? That's like a common one.
I mentioned slutty janitor earlier.
Yeah. I think you like dirty jobs.
That one's a bit of a stretch.
A dirty job. I don't know, man. Slutty vampire. Let's go there.
That was from earlier.
Yeah. There's another one.
Yeah, JB's here.
Yeah. Other than JB and all the work he's doing.
Yeah, and good on him. 119 Studios. Definitely,
119.
definitely check that out.
I think we got it, man.
Slutty baseball player.
Yeah, man. They get the point, man.
There's a lot.
Slutty wrestler.
Oh,
What's
God.
up? What's up, man?
Yeah, that's horrifying. I'm just gonna end it there. So
let me talk to you about this party, man, that I went to yesterday, man.
fair.
Have you went to any parties, man? Like Halloween parties in the last 10 years?
My wallet's here somewhere. I wanted to show you how old I am. No, I have in the 10 years.
Yeah,
God,
I just said in the last 10 years.
I don't remember. I don't remember
year.
last year. I do. I kind of remember last year.
So what's the craziest costume you've ever seen?
Craziest costume.
Yeah, let me ask you that before I tell you my story.
Craziest costume I've ever seen. So when I was younger, I did have friends that would do Halloween parties. They may still do those Halloween parties. I don't get invited.
Oh, yeah, they changed up. That's what they did.
And ultimately, if you're listening to this, please don't feel bad. I probably
He probably changed too, everybody.
I am not. So the one of the most extravagant ones I have ever seen was it was a guy that I used to hang out with. He dressed up as, and he was probably about your size. So he was about 5'10", 5'11".
Okay. I'm 6 foot though. Don't disrespect me.
Well, okay.
But I got the right shoes on. All right.
If the right shoes. It depends on which convenience store we're walking out of.
Yeah, right. There you go again. This man has no control over his arm, ladies and gentlemen.
It's in the wrong place.
Look, I don't know what they did at this surgery, but they did something to his finger that he has no control over his left side of his body. They got full control. Is that the side you got the back side on too?
It is.
Oh,
yeah,
they got
arm.
you. Oh, they got you, man. They got the chip that's working with the. Oh man.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. So his costume was, first of all, he had to paint his face and his arms completely red. His hands are red. He's wearing or down to his wrists at least, and he's wearing these gloves with these.
Was he Hellboy?
He wasn't Hellboy, but he was. I think he said he was Beelzebub. Like he
What
was
is that?
He was the devil.
But what name did you just use?
Beelzebub?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's I hear that name from time to time.
For the devil.
For the devil, yeah.
I've never heard that.
It's.
I want to ask 10 people because I've never heard that.
Okay, well. Then never heard of him from a can of paint?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Basically.
Okay.
I mean, but I went up north. I went up north, and they said they know the atom. They don't know the can of paint.
Yeah. No.
So I'm like, okay, it got to be a black thing.
There are people listening right now who.
It's got to be a black thing. We figured it out.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not gonna.
I thought it was just down south, but I'm
not
like,
gonna
okay,
take that away from you. Yeah. So, but he was almost completely red, and like I said, he's about your height.
Mm-hmm.
But he was on shoes that were platforms that were raised up, so he was easily like 6'5" now in this costume, completely decked out for hanging out at somebody's house. I mean, it was like I don't think he was going to a different party.
I'm about to give you the same story.
Please do. Go for it.
So we're all just chilling, right? Chilling in the house. I'm rolling up something real nice, if you know what I mean, for all those people out there. Rolling up something real nice.
Understood.
This strange man walks in. And
Strange
like
man.
everybody's out, like it's people outside, it's people inside, and they're just walking in and out. Boom, boom. We know everybody that's kind of here. It's about 20 to 30 people there.
Okay.
Guy walks in. He's wearing like one of those spandex dominatrix suits.
Okay.
With the mouth, the only thing you can see is the mouth, and everything is like black dark. So it's like skin tight.
All right.
but you can tell it's a man. So he just walks in the house, goes sit down on the couch. It doesn't say anything to anybody.
Okay.
So everybody immediately was like people. I'm right beside the window, so people are like, they knocked on the window like, hey, y'all know who that is? Like, and we like, I don't know who the fuck that is, and nobody knew who he was.
Okay.
So he just sat there being quiet, and all of a sudden I looked at Nikki and I'm like, Nikki, let's go. Let's fucking leave.
Okay.
So I grabbed the stuff that I was rolling up nice, and we got the fuck out. The fuck out the house and we left.
Did you check?
But
on
we didn't
anybody?
leave. We didn't leave all the way. We was outside, just kind of like scoping out the scene.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, Sarah Kate walked over to the man and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to take your mask off because nobody knows who you are." The guy says nothing. So she says it again. She's a school teacher, so she's used to saying stuff over and over again.
Okay.
She's like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to take that mask off because we don't know who you are."
Right.
He says nothing.
Okay.
Sitting there in silence. And then I'm like, yo, he's about to shoot this motherfucker up. Like, I don't know where the gun is, but he's about to shoot something up. So all of a sudden she says it again. She's like, I'm gonna need you to get up and take your mask off because I don't know who you are. And she got like real serious and came at him.
This was her house?
Well, it's her sister's house.
Okay.
Like one of her sister's house. So,
fair enough.
So the guy finally takes the mask off and everybody's like, oh, it's you. So it's actually her sister's boyfriend's homeboy.
Okay.
And nobody knew who he was at first whenever he walked in the party.
So it's that good of a costume.
Oh my God. Like latexed out, like, like
yeah,
all black.
That good.
And like nothing but the mouth was showing. And like
that's crazy.
It looked like some dominatrix type shit.
Was this the only place he was going that night?
Yes. Later on that night, the motherfucker was passed out in the same costume. Like, bro, what the fuck?
That's
like, what would make you put that
thing.
shit on?
That is the
And
craziest
I asked him, Barrett. He was in the kitchen. I asked him, I was like, hey, man, where the fuck you get that costume, man?
Yeah.
I was like, because I know ain't no motherfucking Halloween Express just selling no dominatrix type shit. And he was like, man, I got it from Amazon.
Well, thank God for Amazon.
Yeah, thank God for Amazon. But, bro, the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
That's intense.
I've never seen nothing like that.
That's I don't dress up for much for Halloween.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not that I'm too old for it. It's not that I
was Mike Tomlin.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about real quick Tom Brady's 600?
Oh yeah, we can talk about that. So if you didn't know, I just got to ask you one question. Let me ask you this question first. If you was that fan, and Mike Evans gave you that ball,
let me ask you first. Do I know that it's Tom Brady's 600th touchdown?
You as a fan,
yeah,
because of who you are,
right?
You know that's his 600.
I would have known.
You would have known.
Yes. Okay. So continue your question.
Would you have gave that ball back or left that?
No.
Straight?
Okay. Not even a chance. There is absolutely nothing because that ball,
and it's nothing they can do and take it back. There's no way they could have. They had to negotiate with that man.
Yeah. No. So here's the thing. Under no circumstance. I'm not even a Tom Brady fan, but under no circumstance would I have given that ball back. There is nothing they could have offered me.
Okay, well, let me tell you what they offered this man.
Right.
2 signed jerseys and a helmet from Tom Brady.
Okay.
Also,
valueless. I'm sorry.
Until he's dead, right? 1 signed Mike Evans jersey and game cleats.
I'd have taken that. Mike Evans is on my fantasy team.
$1,000 in Bucks team store money.
Nope, not interested.
2 season tickets for 2021 and 2022.
Okay, that's got some value. 2 tickets for the rest of 21 and 22 next year.
Well, that's not even really the value. Here's the value: 1 Bitcoin.
1 Bitcoin.
Yes, so it's like 50-some thousand.
It's it's just over 60 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have taken the Bitcoin. Wait. Was that all on the table?
All that he got.
All that on the table.
He got
did
all
get
that.
Yes,
he got all that. That was the trade. And that's still not enough, Barrett. I'm gonna just answer the question for you. It's not enough. It's not enough.
See, you're right.
Tom Brady robbed this man out of his fortune. That was his fortune Mike Evans gave to him.
Yeah.
And he didn't leave.
Yeah. See, what I heard was initially when that ball was handed to that fan.
Yeah.
right the second before his hands touched
And
it.
look, he has the picture with Mike Evans to prove that, hey, it was me that he handed the ball to.
I saw.
You had all the proof that you needed. It wasn't no authenticity. You don't need none of that.
Yeah.
It's me.
I saw the reaction that Mike Evans had when he realized that he had just handed away Tom Brady's 600th touchdown pass. I saw it.
Bro, what the fuck?
It was one of those. Yeah, like he was trying to pinch off
And
a
like
loaf.
he didn't automatically he had the ball and then he lost it and then got the ball and made sure he handed it to a fan.
Right. And ultimately, I just want to say, Zach and I do have a bet that Carolina, Atlanta, that if Carolina wins both of the Atlanta games, that I do have to buy Zach a hat.
Carolina's not doing too good right now, is there?
It doesn't matter. Carolina beat Atlanta 19-13.
Damn.
So we are one step away from me having to buy Zach a ball cap. And
he needs it to move.
Yeah. The worst part is, and Zach's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
I am going to find it really difficult to find a hat that fits that giant, enormous.
He needs a work hat to move in. So, you got to make sure you buy the work hat so he can move in. It's going to take a while.
He better not move before that second game. All right. That is going to do it for episode 90. As always, special thanks to Neek, the geek engineer and producer, as well as owner and operator of G.O.T Sound Studio here in Columbia, South Carolina. If you want to book any time, you can call 803-243-2302, or you can email GOTsounds at theallaboutnothing.com. There is, you can find details, of course, on the GOTsoundstudio.com, or you can do a search on Facebook to find information. You can email him, as I already mentioned. Just search for GOT Sound Studio on Facebook. As always, thanks to Muff, the producer responsible for the beats, and follow him on Instagram at Muff the producer.
Yep, because he's going up.
As always, thank you, Trent Clark, a.k.a. DJ Lonzo. Currently, the house DJ, Wednesday nights at the Aristocrat in South Carolina here at Columbia from 7 to 10 p.m. Not this week, but we're going to get there. Make sure to go by and have a good time with him. Make sure you contact Trent for all your entertainment needs. You can find him on Instagram at TheRealDJLonzo. Trent at theallaboutnothing.com. You can email him. Or you can find him on Instagram again at TheRealDJLonzo. Or you can call him on the phone, 803-262.
7982.
262-7982. If you enjoy this little thing that we do every week, you can consider becoming a patron of the show by visiting the website and clicking on the link at the top of the browser. You can become a Patreon and a patron of the show. Join me and my sister.
And your sister. Thank you.
We got two.
We got two of them now. Thank y'all.
And as always, you can follow us on Facebook. Just search for The All About Nothing. I started the music too early, so I'm going to start it again.
Yeah, it's okay.
You can
run that shit back, DJ. Run that shit the fuck back.
You can follow us on Facebook. Just search for All About Nothing US, or Twitter and Instagram at AAN_pod. Or you can find links to all of our social media by following us at our website, theallaboutnothing.com. If you want to, you can be heard on our show. Also, you can call and leave us a message, 803-672-0533, if you want to leave any feedback. Thank you very much, Trent Clark.
Thank you.
As always, stay safe, continue to wear your masks, get vaccinated, and
have a motherfucking week.
This, the All About Nothing podcast, is recorded live in studio at the G.O.T Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina. The All About Nothing podcast is produced and engineered by Neek the Geek, owner and operator of G.O.T Sound Studio. To support the show, please visit theallaboutnothing.com for links to social media, merchandise, and more. Become a patron of the show by following the Patreon link at the top of our page. The All About Nothing podcast is an entertainment product of Barrett Gruber. Special thanks to Zach King, Trent Clark, Dominique Stewart, and you, our listeners. Please subscribe, rate, review, and share. If you're on YouTube, please hit the like button and the notification bell. Thank you for listening.